Days of Our Lives weekly spoilers. Eric and Brady brainstorm to uncover the truth. Xander threatens Rachel's hijacking. Fiona menaces Sophia. Mark crashes Chad's marriage. Fake Abby exposed, and Fiona pushes Sarah downstairs. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. After watching these videos, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives daily spoilers reveal that Eric Brady and his family, Brady Black, get together to compare notes about the night of the accident. Will they pinpoint Fiona Cook as the motorist that paralyzed Sarah Horton? The British lush takes decisive action that in turn points fritters at her as the mega hit and run motorist. Does Eric save Brady from a lengthy captivity judgment the week of October 14 to 18, 2024? Away, Steve Johnson devises a plan to learn the verity about the pretender posing as Abigail Devereaux. Will he be suitable to stop the farce at the marriage? Eventually, Stephanie Johnson and Alex Kyriakis realize they made a mistake by going all the way on the body and soul set. But will they tell anyone what they did? Johnny DeMera assumes the cleaner star was making love to his woman, Channel Dupree, on the 6th season of the NBC Peacock exclusive. Days of Our Lives daily spoilers. Brady Black and Eric Brady put their heads together. Days of Our Lives daily spoilers report that Brady Black and his family, Eric Brady, get together to talk about the mega hit and run accident. Eric had an aha moment when talking with Brady's former Catamount nut, Fiona Cook. He truly believes she's directly responsible for Sarah Horton's palsy. Days of Our Lives daily spoilers show Eric and Brady comparing notes about the accident. First, Eric brazened Sarah about lying for her mama-in-law. He had a telling discussion with Fiona that got his bus turning. Meanwhile, Brady still covers for his nuts drinking. But he could confess the whole verity to his family coming week. Away, Days of Our Lives suckers will see Fiona Cook making a decision. Will she make arrangements to flee Salem before she spends time behind bars for the mega hit and run accident? Not if her son, Xander Cook Kyriakis, can help it. He's onto his mama coming week on the Peacock cleaner. He hopes Dr. Rolf's serum heals his woman's spinal cord, but he wants someone to pay for hurting her. Days of Our Lives spoilers also indicate that Brady Black is thanking Eric for saving his life. Does this mean justice is eventually served? Will DA EJ DeMera stop trying to put Brady behind bars? The Brit could try to fudge her way out of captivity. Stay tuned for the forthcoming scenes with Eric Brady and Brady Black. Days of Our Lives daily spoilers. Steve Johnson schemes before the marriage. Days of Our Lives daily spoilers report that Steve Johnson plans to find out what's going on with the woman claiming to be his bastard. Reverse from the nothingness, Abigail Devereaux. She thinks she's fooling everyone, but it's been challenging with Abby's close family. Steve sees too numerous red flags to ignore farther disquisition. After all, he wants to cover his family, Jack Devereaux, Chad DeMera, and his late bastard's kiddies from farther heartbreak or worse. Further, Days of Our Lives recaps show Patch asking his agreeableness, Dr. Kayla Brady, to run alternate DNA test. He suspects Dr. Mark Green is lying, and he's right. Coming week on Days of Our Lives, J.J. Devereaux returns to officiate his family's marriage to Chad DeMera. But he compares notes with Holly Jonas. Does he tell his uncle Steve what they discover? Spoilers indicate the marriage goes easily, but the event goes haywire. Will they expose Clyde Weston's plan with the Green siblings? Days weekly spoilers. Stephanie and Alex regret their conduct. Days of Our Lives daily spoilers discover that Stephanie Johnson and Alex Kyriakis feel like they made a mistake by getting hot and heavy on the set of Body and Soul. They were running his lines but took effects a little bit too far. Now their fellowship has crossed the zone. Farther, director Johnny DeMera assumes Alex was making out with his woman, Channel Dupree, but he bottles it up outside on Days of Our Lives. Will Stephanie and Alex tell the wedded couple the verity? Plus, will it ruin the great fellowship they formed after their failed first encounter with love? Look for Stephanie and Alex's heart to apart coming week on Days of Our Lives. Will their lovemaking ruin their fellowship and Johnny's marriage to Channel? Meanwhile, Steve Johnson culinarians up a scheme right before the fake Abigail's marriage to Chad. Will he expose the lying bridegroom at the event? Eventually, Brady Black and his family, Eric, bandy the accident. Will Fiona Cook eventually get arrested for hurting Sarah Horton? Check out the NBC Cleaner the week of October 14 to 18, 2024 to find out. Days of Our Lives. Xander threatens Rachel's hijacking. Fiona menaces Sophia. Days of Our Lives spoilers recap for Friday, October 11, reveals that Holly Jonas spoke to Maggie Kyriakis over the phone ahead of her Paris Cafe meeting with Nicole Walker. Maggie disconnected and turned her attention to Tate Black, Leo Howard, who offered updates on the reasons for his bifurcation with Holly. Once Maggie set up out, Holly slighted Sophia Choi. She suggested Holly must have been provoked. Maggie also wondered just how good of a friend Sophia was to Tate and asked if the passions between them were collective. Tate took off without answering since Maggie got another phone call she had to take. Holly told Maggie that her off-screen meeting with Nicole went well, but she still planned to stay at a hostel rather than going home with Nicole tonight. That would give Holly further time to work through her feelings since she was seeing Nicole again hereafter. At the Paris apartment on Friday's day's occasion, Chad DiMera dithered on Abigail DiMera's marriage idea. Since Chad allowed they should tie the knot again in front of their children and other loved ones, he sounded eager to stay. Still, Abigail claimed she wanted recollections to go with the passions she had now. After Abigail suggested she had a hunch this form would help her flash back everything, Chad caved in. Once Chad transferred Abigail off with a credit card to buy a marriage dress, he got a phone call from Steve Johnson at the cafe. Abigail called Mark Green to deliver some news, so Holly described her near and looked surprised as well as puzzled. Back in Salem, Sarah Kyriakis shut down Eric Brady's proposition about Fiona Cook being behind the wheel. So Eric explained how he'd drawn that conclusion and apologized. Once Sarah was alone, she allowed back to Eric's words and eventually flashed back Fiona had indeed been the one driving that night. Sarah looked affrighted as she realized Eric's proposition was right after all. At the DiMera Man's on Friday's Days of Our Lives show, Xander Cook pushed Kristen DiMera to go ahead and hand over the palsy cure. Since Sarah told E.J. DiMera she wanted to renounce her statement, Xander played that over and didn't mention E.J.'s turndown to let her. Kristen got suspicious and tried to call E.J. for evidence, so Xander snared the phone down from her. After Xander admitted E.J. was determined to take Brady down, he prayed Kristen to give him the serum anyway. Kristen claimed a deal was a deal and that she wasn't running a charity. Unless Xander could ensure Brady's freedom, Kristen wouldn't be surrendering the palsy cure. Xander seized Kristen and hovered her by suggesting Rachel Black, Finley Rose Slater, might evaporate from the playground. Still, Kristen advised that she'd make if Xander touched a hair on Rachel's head. Wilhelm Rolf, Richard Wharton, vanished for good. Once Xander met up with Maggie, he told her about the serum and Kristen's turndown to hand it over. In the city forecourt on Friday's day's occasion, Sophia ran into Fiona and told her all about the rearmost developments in her love life. Fiona ultimately put it together that Sophia had gotten in the middle of Tate and Holly's relationship. Once Fiona said Holly lived with her, she explained that Maggie's son was married to her son. Sophia suggested it was a small world and mentioned commodity about the martini Fiona ordered at the bistro. Fiona suddenly turned all menacing and stressed that Sophia could no way mention that drink to anyone. Sophia sounded freaked out as Fiona seized her and forced her to swear she wouldn't unmask. Once Fiona felt certain Sophia would keep her mouth shut, she took off. Sophia murmured cuts under her breath before meeting up with Tate and playing up how awful it was that Holly was in Paris. Sophia acted like she was happy about Holly conceivably reconnecting with Nicole. However, Sophia suggested that she'd have Tate all to herself if Holly decided to stay in Paris. Back at the Kyriakis Man's on Friday's day's occasion, Sarah was still reeling over her memory of Fiona being the mega hit and run motorist. When Fiona walked in, Sarah goggled at her for a dramatic thriller moment. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Sarah and Fiona have a major battle coming up, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching these videos. Please hit the subscribe button for more updated news.